I've always wanted to give a scholarship away, always, my entire life. I've always thought this would be great. Education is, to me, the fix for all that's wrong in the world. Because when people can get an education, it changes their lives. I'm from a very rural area where a lot of people didn't feel like they had the opportunity for education, and so sometimes felt trapped in a lifestyle that they didn't want. So I love education. I loved the essay contest because proud to be an American, obviously. Right now in today's day and age, we wonder if kids are being taught. Being born in America is a huge blessing.
To our family, 4th of July is like Christmas almost.
Oh,
and
that's
so
great.
To us, that's what the boys have always grown up with. That's what we know. But a lot of people don't celebrate it to that.
That's
extent.
right. And
so it's like one of the biggest holidays at our house, the 4th of July.
So tell me a little bit, when I was out of town for the tournament, which I was very sad about, but it was just timing of the whole thing. And so I wasn't able to be here, and I was away. When I landed back in Kansas City, the very first thing that happened on my telephone was a text popped up from somebody from SCA, and they wanted to thank me for this scholarship program because they told me, you have no idea what it meant to these families that receive these scholarships. And of course, we didn't plan that. I didn't meet you until now. But it just worked out. So I felt like there was probably a God story afoot. So can you tell me a little bit about your plans for college, what the scholarship meant to you, how all the timing came to be, etc.?
Yeah, I had no plans to go to this school that I'm going to, Grand Canyon University. So I went out there, ended up loving the school. I got back, and the school had kind of given us kind of a paper statement kind of thing. It said, hey, here's the total, and it seemed like a great price, yada, yada, yada. And I think we kind of fell into that. And then some things went on, and it wasn't like the school's fault or our fault, but the total had ended up bumping up to a lot more expensive than what.
I feel like everything works that way. Like you start with one price, and by the time you're done, you're like, what? Wait a minute. Yeah.
So it was a little stressful to say the least,
and you had kind of built yourself up.
Yeah.
So what was?
Let me just go a little more into detail of what he's sharing. So what we had originally budgeted for when he first came back from GCU and said, Mom, I love this school. I would love to go here. Because we had gone from, there's no possible way you're going to go there, to, well, let's think about it and pray about it. And so when we had first come back in December to the time of the end of the school year, when we got his final transcripts and we knew the academic that he qualified for, we had 5 financial jumps. So we had jumped up 5 different times. So basically, by the time it came time to do this contest, we had told him, look, Case, sometimes when things don't work out, even though we thought this is where God wanted you, maybe it's just not meant to be, So I said, look, Case, so many things have happened since we first made this decision. It was a tentative decision that we made, and it's just not looking like it's going to work out. So I said, we need to start thinking about staying home for a year and maybe going to community college. I was crying because I was like, my son's not going to GCU. I don't understand what's going on, Lord, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
He called. I didn't answer my phone. What was I doing, laundry or something? He calls from church.
See, this is what happens. People are waiting on the Lord and they're doing laundry. Then they miss the memo.
You guys called him.
The laundry.
And he called, and I didn't answer the phone, so then he called his dad, and he goes, what is Mom doing? I got to talk to Mom. And he told his dad, and Jimmy said, call your mom right now. So I answered the phone, and he says, Mom, you are not going to believe this. Just heard from Frontier Justice. And I was thinking, okay. And he goes, I got first place. And I was just like, it was just like God just said, look, Linda, how more clear can I make it? I want this kid at GCU.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want him at Christian college. I want him, and it's a great college. I know you're
We have friends that go there,
We have heard so many good things about it. He's going with other Christian kids.
Sure.
Our older son didn't have the luxury. We didn't end up choosing Christian school for him. So this is a whole new thing for us. So we're just like, when you say it was a God thing, it was definitely a God. This scholarship took me back to the number that I was at when I said this is where we want to be.
That's how he works. It's always exactly, isn't it?
Oh.
And it's never early and it's never late.
Yeah.
Right on time.
It's right on time. I'm so happy you won. I mean, if I'd heard the story and you had won first place, I think I'd be heartbroken. So I'm super glad that it all worked out because God has a way.
We're very, very, very thankful.
Yeah. So it's great. Thank you for raising such a fine young man here that wrote such a great essay on why he was proud to be an American. And we're going to have you read a few lines from your essay.
I know that my freedoms as an American are not free. They were paid for by millions of people I will never meet. Yet they gave everything for me. I was born with a set of freedoms as an American that may not always be guaranteed. What we do with these freedoms and how we act upon them will impact the future generations. By choosing to live out these freedoms with American pride, we as Americans can know that the veterans killed fighting for our country have not died in vain.